In this video, you're gonna learn the top 3 solutions as to how you can have a healthy gut for the rest of your life. You're watching the Elevays show. I'm Dr. Isaac Jones.
And I'm Erica Jones.
And again, gut problems are an epidemic. It is absolutely creating a massive amount of problems within today's day and age. If you're dealing with energy problems, anxiety issues, brain fog, if you're dealing with thyroid problems, if you're dealing with increased levels of stress in your life, a lot of that can stem from what's going on in the gut. How is that even possible? Well, your gut actually controls a lot of different areas of your body. It's got just an incredible amount of power in respect to how the rest of your body functions. And so if you have an unhealthy gut, then you're going to have an unhealthy body. And the biggest thing that we can do to really combat the challenges that we're seeing with what I talked about earlier, overcome chronic fatigue, overcome the common issues that we're seeing, you have to look at healing your gut and maximizing the health of your gut.
Yes, and I love natural beauty and skincare, and one of the questions I get asked a lot from women is how to really have a radiant complexion, and it really, even that is tied back to the gut as well. So nowadays we're seeing a lot of issues with eczema, psoriasis, skin rashes, even acne is tied back to digestive system function and how well your body's doing in that area. So you have a little story that you're going to share with us right now about someone you've worked with, right?
Yeah, I mean, we work with people all over the world at our virtual health consultancy, Elevays, and one individual in North Carolina, she was dealing with acne. She was a middle-aged woman dealing with acne. She had really low levels of energy. She was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and she also had a lot of different gut problems, a lot of gas, bloating. She wasn't really feeling like herself, and she knew, and she tried all these cleanses herself. Like, she would try to do a lot of this stuff on her own, but when we got her lab tests back, what we found was that there was a really high level of commensal imbalanced flora, which is can be very problematic if it gets out of hand. There was a lot of pathogenic forms of bacteria, and then there's all these different kind of biotoxins that we found as well, which are actually very common in today's day and age. And so the great thing was that in just 2 months, when we started addressing a lot of these things, her skin completely cleared up. Her energy went from a 3 out of 10 to a 7 or 8 out of 10, which is huge.
That's a big jump.
Doubling in energy.
Yeah.
And then, the kind of side effect of all of this was that she started to normalize hormones, and she lost a good amount of weight in those first 2 months. So, I mean,
that's major, all from just working on the digestive system.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it's, and that was the kind of cool thing. And that's one of the things that we have to address when we're wanting to maximize your health in the 21st century.
100%. So we've got 3 great tips for you in this video. And the first one is to add prebiotic rich foods to your diet. And so these are things like kale, leafy greens. What else is included in that? Yeah,
I mean, anything with inulin in it, which is a really good prebiotic rich food. It's essentially, what is a prebiotic? It's a food for the healthy bacteria of your gut, because we're already eating a lot of foods that are feeding the unhealthy bacteria. So what are we eating to feed the actual healthy bacteria? What is high in inulin? Asparagus is high in inulin. I know some of you are like, okay, I'm not eating asparagus.
I don't like asparagus. Move on.
Garlic. Yeah, exactly. Garlic, onions.
I like those.
Yeah, bok choy, kale.
Fresh herbs too, right?
Fresh herbs are really good prebiotics for the healthy bacteria in your gut, let alone a billion other things that they do that are beneficial. But think green leafy, and think anything in that onion garlic family, shallots, etc. They're really good for feeding that healthy gut bacteria.
Yes, absolutely. And the second tip is to remove frankengrains from the diet. And I know this one's like, womp, womp, what a buzzkill. Everybody loves to eat grains. You like your bread, you like your cereals, people like grains. They taste good, right?
Yeah.
You cannot deny it. Like a fresh baked croissant, give me a break.
I know. When we went to France, we crushed some croissants.
We did eat croissants. So if you're in France, just forget everything we're saying right now. But if you're not.
Unless you live there.
If you're not, you do have to remove frankengrains. grains because
Yeah.
these are, first of all, they're really hard on the digestive system. Grains are, and the modern day grains are also genetically modified, right? So
Yeah.
you can get into more of that.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the grains that our ancestors were eating, and they're a little bit different, actually a lot different. These are genetically modified grains that are in most of the foods that we're eating. And the gluten molecule and the gliadin protein within the gluten molecule is actually much more toxic than it was years ago. In fact, some of my friends who travel to Italy who are massively allergic to gluten and grains here in America, they'll go to like some countryside places in Italy, and they'll actually have a slice of pizza or something like that, and they'll not have any reaction. So the reality is there is a healthier way to eat grains, but guess what? 99% of grains are toxic grains, and we were debating whether we should even put this in because people are like, oh, why do we have to cut out grains? Because it's addictive.
I know, and it's addictive, and it's also convenient. So
Yeah.
where our entire society is based on cereal for breakfast, sandwiches for lunch. You have bread with your pasta, your spaghetti. So when you can step into a new way of doing your food and your meals, that's why we're putting recipes on elevays.com.
Yeah.
You can see that it's actually easy. It can become easy to remove these really bad for your gut foods from your diet, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, gosh, we eat bread, but it's not, grain-based bread. It's like paleo bread. There's so many
it still tastes good.
And it still tastes
That's
good.
a requirement because I'm a Southern belle, Southern born. Maybe I'm a Southern belle, but I'm Southern born, and we don't eat food that don't taste good. Okay.
So yeah, check out elevays.com for those delicious recipes she's been putting together. Number 3 is stress.
Yes.
You guys have no idea how impactful stress eating is. When you're stressed out, or when you're watching television or CNN or on your phone while you're eating, that actually decreases the enzymes and the factors that help to digest your food. It oftentimes keeps stress levels high within your body, and that actually damages your gut, because when food isn't properly digested, it can cause your gut to overwork, and an overworked gut, just like an overworked construction worker, is going to plop dead if you're not giving it some rest, right? If you're not treating it with some respect. So you have got to just zen out while you're eating, and maybe you can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this is what you do. Instead of, eating your lunch on the go, you're in the car, you're grabbing your lunch and you're eating it on the go, or eating your lunch in front of the computer while you're working on a project. Instead of doing that, take some time to have some self-care during that. Get outside if you can. Breathe in some fresh air and really
Deep
focus
breaths.
Exactly. Focus on the food that's in front of you, and really take the time to nourish your body, nourish your soul, really nourish your mind, and just get those few minutes of quiet time so that you can properly digest your food and really be sweet and good to your gut.
Yeah, you're watching the Elevays show. We've got some incredible tips in this article. If you just click the link below, it's going to take you to an article at elevays.com where we're going to give you even more incredible details as to how you can maximize your health and transform the health of your gut for life.
Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, go experience more. Bye-bye.